This is a story about how I blew getting the most gorgeous girl's number I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm just going to explain this story really, really quick. So basically, well, not really quick. This is going to be a long drawn out video. We all know how I do this. So anyway, I was on this trip with these great, great friends of mine. Good people, amazing people. Shout outs to you. I know one of you guys is watching this video at the moment. We went on this lake trip. And again, I have to say a huge thank you to you because it was probably the most fun trip I've ever been on. But anyway, I was on this trip. It was in another state. We drove about 5 hours to it. So anyway, we get to the place. We go on the boat. We go out and whatever. These people were so nice, so awesome that they had jet skis and they let me go out on the lake on my own. They did not care. They said just be safe, go have fun, do whatever you want to do. I rode that jet ski around probably about 10 hours the entire trip. We were there for 2 days. I rode that thing like there was no tomorrow. I loved riding the Wave Runner jet ski, whatever you want to call it. That thing was a blast. So anyway, here's how the story starts. So basically, I'm on the jet ski. I'm going around, and I get into this cove. This lake is very strainy. There's a lot of like straight lines, and it really just like it's like it almost looks like roots, like almost like roots of a tree. That's kind of how it like looks. So basically, there's a lot of coves in this lake. There's a lot of turns in this lake. So I find this one turn. I'm just going around and like, just having a good time. And then these people start yelling at me. They're like, hey. And I'm like, okay. And I, that's why I kind of like added to the story that I was like with these people because I really wasn't familiar with the lake. I didn't really know what I could do or couldn't do. Excuse me. So anyway, I didn't really know. So I go up to these people because people, honestly, the whole trip, a lot of random people were just yelling at me like, slow down. And like, I really was like respectful. I'm not a like, not respectful person. You can ask anybody who knows me. I, I am super respectful. Even if I know more about the situation than somebody, if they believe and they truly believe something, I will be like, okay, I'll respect your wishes, whatever. But like I'm a respectful person. Like I want that to be harped on. Like that is a thing I take super super serious. Respect, especially to my elders. So anyway, whenever somebody's telling me to slow down or yelling at me to do something, I'm like okay. And especially since I'm in like literally a different state, I'm ways away from people, like ways away. I don't know how to really get back on foot to this place, and I'm on these people's jet ski. Like I'm being extra cautious. So when this guy is like waving at me, he's like with two hands. Like I mean, he was like he's waving me down. I'm like, oh, okay. So anyway, I go to these people. They have like two pontoons together, and I pull up to him. I was like, "Am I doing something wrong? Sorry, I'm really not familiar with this like." And they're like, no. We just wanted to. And this is old guy. It's just like grandpa. He's probably about 60, 70. He's retired, living his best life. And he's like, no. We just wanted to see if you'd give her a ride. She was wondering if she could get a ride. And I swear to you, on my life, this girl was gorgeous, and I mean gorgeous. Thoughts could not put into perspective how gorgeous this girl was. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, hop on. So anyway, they're scouring around the lifeboat. They don't have an extra life jacket. Ugh. Oh my gosh. I was devastated. Oh, she was gorgeous. She just had the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my life. And I'm just sitting there and my pee-pee's inside of me. Just out of sadness. Like it's gone. My pee-pee didn't work for another month. And I know that might be TMI, but it's true. And it hurt. And I was like, I was so close. But anyway, this is where the story gets juicy. This is where like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. But so here's the little bit more context. So I'm like talking to these people. There's a lot of like college students on this pontoon. I'm assuming there's just like like three or four families together, like similar kids, similar age. And there's a bunch of like kids. Like they seem like either just graduated college, going into their senior year of college. They seem like they are like having jobs. Like they're all drinking. And then the one girl that I was talking to seemed like my age. She seemed like either 19 or 20. So anyway, I'm talking to these people, and I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And I'm just talking to them, and they're actually from where I was from, like near my area. So I'm just talking to them, talking about a lot of things, and talking to these kids about how college is and how classes are and the university they go to. It's very similar to the university I go to. So we're just having like a good conversation, and I'm talking to them for about probably 10, 20 minutes. Like it was a good conversation, but I was like, I didn't want to take up their time, and I didn't really want to bother them. So I was like, hey, I don't want to bother you guys too much. I'm gonna head out. Like, oh no, you're no problem, no problem. Honestly, if you want to hop on the pontoon, you can. I was like, no, I really should be getting back. This really, I'm not. This isn't even my pontoon. But anyway, sorry. I get back and I'm like, okay. I'm talking to everybody around there. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, this was so sad, so awesome, but so sad. Because before this, honestly, 3 girls on another wave runner all waved at me simultaneously. All I was like, okay, I'm cream of the crop on this lake. Gosh, dang. But anyway, I was feeling pretty good on this lake, to be honest. So anyway, I go back and I'm like, you guys aren't going to believe me. You guys aren't going to believe me. You guys are going to say I'm lying. This is another story that nobody was there for. And I tell them the story that I just basically told you guys. And they're like, go back out there. Grab a life jacket and go back out there and get her on the water ski. I'm like, seriously? But I'm a little bitch, and I don't like to do things, so I sit on the dock for like 30 minutes contemplating going back out there. I'm like, okay, I guess. Because it takes a lot for me to build up the courage to do stuff, especially like that. Especially going back there and like, hey, I brought a life jacket if you really want to come. And then I know they would have like, it would have just been awkward and blah, 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 blah. They weren't there. I went back. I did it. I grew my balls back. And they weren't there. So honestly, I'm crying inside. I slowly make the trip back. I'm like, oh, they were gone. I waited too long. It was sad. The entire next day, I kid you not, honestly, that night, I went back out and I just was searching. I was going to make sure I was somehow going to at least get this girl's number. Something of the sort, like I am not giving up on this. Never found her. It was truly a sad day for all of my life. Like it hurts me to this day. I still cry at night about it. It was sad. And I really wish that the pain would go away. But it's not going to. It really hurts. And I really wish that I would have just asked for her number or something, even if I don't remember it, whatever. Because this girl, like, the way she was looking at me, like, you know what I'm talking about. You lock eyes with somebody, and you know if, like, they think you're attractive, cute, or whatever. This was it, one of them. It was like looking into just. It was a match, dude. It was a match. Like I cannot say this enough. I can't. Like you don't understand how upset and sad I am about this situation. Because there's so many other ways this could have played out, and it played out in just such a sad way. But a good story to tell. Again, I'm a person who loves laughing at myself. I love stories that just make me seem stupid because I love it. I love making fun of myself. It honestly makes my self-esteem better. And I think the best stories are when you can tell a story about yourself, about you messing up, and it's just funny. Not a story how, like a dad story, like, oh yeah, we drank 58 beers and then we somehow beat up the whole campus. Like, not stories like that. I think those are just dumb and honestly just make you look like a little dick. I like stories when I fuck up about something stupid, like this, for example. Like I was like, just something stupid like this. And I just love stories like this where I just can make fun of myself and just look back and be like, oh my gosh, can't believe I did this, and never learn from them. I never do. But it's always good stories to say and good stories to tell. So yeah, that's really about it. And as always, have a great day.